Hi, welcome to In the Midst of Chaos. I'm Mario.
And I'm Francis, and we're the hosts of In the Midst of Chaos.
And as promised, here's the sequel to episode 5. And this is where we will be getting more personal and more detailed and probably more embarrassing. And to make things better, we invited someone else to go down this embarrassing rabbit hole with us.
Hi, hello. My name is Brian, and I'll be the special guest.
Okay, since you are a guest, we'll start with like our quick questions, which are basically 7 surface questions and 3 thorough questions.
All right.
All right. So, what's your full name and what grade are you?
My name is Brian Rico, and I'm in the 8th grade.
Okay, second question. What's your favorite book?
I don't really have a favorite book, but I've been reading Percy Jackson. That's all.
Before we get on to the next question. Okay, good. That's good. That's great. That's great. Percy Jackson is great. Keep on reading. Okay, next question.
Right, the next question. What's your favorite song?
For now, my favorite song is I can't really pick "Lovers Rock" by TV Girl right now.
Okay, what's your favorite quote?
I don't really have a favorite quote.
Okay, then moving on.
Okay, so what's your favorite food or type of food?
Ramen and sushi.
That's great.
That ramen honestly the best.
For real.
And what's your favorite color?
My favorite color is purple and black.
The next wait, I can't talk. Oh my god. The last question. There. Oh my god. The last surface question is, what's your favorite animal?
Monkeys.
Interesting. Good choice though.
Reminds me of Mario.
Okay. Okay, bro. Sure. Okay.
Okay, we'll be moving on to the second set of questions, which are basically 3 thorough questions. For the first one, what's your the most normal or common thing about you?
I listen to music often, and I play a lot of games with my friends most of the time, and play and watch a bit of anime. That's all.
Okay. So what about the opposite of that? What's the weirdest or most odd thing about you?
This might count as like very weird, but I like to act a bit gay around my friends. I'm not even joking.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure I've said like our friend group is very sus at some
Yeah.
point in the podcast. Yeah.
Like,
because we
if-
are.
if you don't know, someone literally asked Mario out on Valentine's and it wasn't a girl. So
I know. He told me about it like a few
I
days
told
back.
him about it.
but the problem
Yeah, I
is,
promise I'm straight. I'm straight, okay?
you promise.
Sure, you are Mario.
Sure.
Okay, bro.
Okay. Last but not least, do you have any hidden talents or specialties?
No, I don't really have anything about those.
Okay. I guess thank you for answering the questions. You have good taste, by the way. And again,
thank you.
we're really happy to have you on this episode. And before we go on this topic, we'll do like a quick week recap. So we'll start with Mario. Anything new or what's up with you?
Pretty sure this week's just normal. Either it's just normal or I just can't remember because I'm dumb as fuck. It's a pretty ordinary week. Not much happened, I guess, other than having like anxiety 24/7 because of prowess. But other than that, everything's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basic all. What about you?
This week has been fine. Just got a lot of mood swings. That's all, to be honest. Got Zhongli and Genshin. That's all.
Yes, the 50-50.
Yeah, of course, I went 50-50s, Mario.
Oh, well, for me, basically, yeah, like Mario said, we have like upcoming like pre-finals, semi-finals, if you will, where so like basically there's like a bunch of homework and tests we have to study for. So that's kind of a pain in the butt. But besides that, the side information, basically my parents are like chaperoning for this prom, but it's like kids from a different school than Mario and I was invited there because I'm friends with like a couple of like students there, but it got postponed because of Omicron, so that's fun.
Goddamn COVID.
Goddamn COVID.
Wanted to go
Um,
to an anime convention again, but then COVID said no.
okay, so there's nothing else to add. I'll be like briefly explaining this episode because like from last episode, you probably know what it's about. But basically we'll be talking about red flags, green flags, do's and don'ts, perspectives, and everything in between. But like a quick reminder, all of this will be like more personal in our own opinion and taste. So basically all the basic and general tips and info was in the episode before. So if you don't want to listen to all of our maybe embarrassing moments, you can go ahead and watch the other one. But basically also the highlight of this episode will be about like the differences as well as the similarities that may be in the contrast between the two sides of a relationship. Specifically for this episode, it'll be like between a guy and a girl. And it'll be like some of our own advice and our preferences and etc.
Right. So in this episode specifically, we'll be discussing the guy's side or perspective, as well as the girls. And a quick reminder again, this is mostly towards our preferences and opinions. Without further ado, let's go on get on with the topic.
All right, so for the first one, we'll start off like basic and easy with some random yet specific questions, which is basically what makes someone attractive. And yes, this question is basically one to get all in your face and stuff, but we don't mind, right? Definitely don't mind. Brian, you want to go ahead and start us off?
Alright, so there's a lot of things that I consider like attractive. Like for instance, if it's like dependent on looks, like if they are like tall with long hairs, with especially with a wolf cut, now that is just attractive, right? But if you wanna talk about like how they act towards you, that makes me quote unquote attractive to them, are like if they care about you, like keep asking you, checks up on you, constantly helps you out on stuff, hears you out, stuff like that, just caring about each other. That's all. What about Mario?
Uh, okay. For me, honestly, when it comes to personality, I'm like all the same with Brian. Like, as long as they care about you and actually loves you and all, yeah. That's like probably one of the like if they're nice to you, and that's probably one of like the most attract. Oh no, there's one other thing I'm gonna add. That's like that makes one attractive. It's I guess like the things you have in common, the things you like both of you. So like, you're like, wow, they actually like this. Nice. Yeah, basically things in common and everything else that Brian said. But if it's like physically attractive, honestly, my own like my type preference, tomboys. Call me weird, but man. Yeah, that's basically it for me. I like women. I don't like
Sure,
men.
you do, Mario.
Okay, Brian. Oh, shit.
Hey, don't forget about music taste.
I'm not
Music
sorry.
taste is also pretty important.
Nah, I mean, people like their own music, in my opinion, but then sure. Unless there's some specific music that we slander. So like, yeah. Yeah, what about what about you, Francis?
But we're talking about what makes you attractive, right? So before I like
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
any of like my answers and stuff, I just want to like warn you guys that I have like notes, so I might be looking like up and down. So for me, probably yeah, besides like their personality, like them matching like my vibe, I guess you could say, and like how they text. Not that like meeting them in person isn't special, but how they text also really impacts how I feel about them and how they treat like myself and others. And relating to like how they text, never leaving like me on red when it's in a rude way. And also like when like Mario said, when they have things in common with me, like when they watch or like read the same things I do, so we can like relate to a couple of things. But it doesn't mean that they have to be exactly the same as like myself, because obviously variety is key. And also like when if you like speak like physical wise, probably it honestly doesn't matter that much, because I don't know, for me specifically, when I have like a crush or when I like someone, my brain automatically thinks they're attractive for some reason, but then like the basics, it'd be
Same.
nice if they were like, if they were like tall, but then if they're not, it's also fine. It's just like that's like one of the bonuses. But yeah, that's mostly for me. So we'll be moving on to the do's and don'ts. So basically, this will be more from the guys to the girls and from the girls to the guys.
Okay. So honestly, the this one's pretty general in my opinion. I think maybe not sure, but then honestly, like just don't be overprotective. I guess. Like you can be to the like you can be overprotective. I guess. Not over. No, okay, not overprotective. You can be protective. My
There's a
bad.
certain
But then
extent to it.
yeah, yeah, it doesn't extent because like if you're that protective to the point where you're telling them to stop befriending like with to be friends with someone, then like that's over the line in my opinion. So like yeah, don't do that because apparently I see it a lot according to the internet. So yeah, that's one of the don'ts. I currently cannot remember some other ones because I'm stupid as fuck and I have shorter memory. But yeah, that's for me right now. What about you, Francis?
Before I start, props to Mario's memory, but so basically, don't compare them, meaning like your crush or your girlfriend or boyfriend or just like your significant other. Don't compare them with anyone else because obviously everyone is different from everyone else. And also, not like being so this might be like kind of controversial because it's basically don't spend more quality time with other people. This meaning like you obviously can't spend majority of your time with, like, for example, if a guy has a girl best friend and a girlfriend, you have to balance it out and not choose one over and not choose your best friend over the other because obviously the girl has like I don't maybe like a higher priority because like even though you might be like childhood best friends, you made a commitment to your significant other. And also, don't be an effing pick me, please. That's just like a huge no.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also don't have a big ego. Like, don't be too proud and don't try to play it cool. I'm using quotation marks for the people using audio. Basically, don't play it cool by not texting them back and like leaving them on red because honestly, that you're just acting like a complete jerk. And also one that
Yeah.
like has been happening a lot on the internet. Basically, don't call out girls for their periods because you have no idea what it's like. Yeah, that's basically for me. What about you, Brian?
For me, for the don'ts for women in my experience or like in my liking in general, uh f- things to not do are um I understand that they can get really jealous and stuff like that. So you have to be careful about that. That's the first thing. Second thing is just as you said, don't compare them to other people. I know how it feels. Uh, I know like a girl wants to feel special with with a person that they like or something like that. So don't do the shit like that. But if you want to do it like to a guy, don't just like act, how do I say it? Like for me, don't act like uh a different person when you're around a person you like. Just act to be yourself. Because I see so many people, like one of my friends that wants to meet my other friend that she has a crush on. Holy, changed to another person, turned on a mask, changed the background, changed every single thing about her. No joke. And then proceeded to still fail. Now that that just feels wrong. All
It
right,
is
but
wrong, honestly. It is wrong.
yeah, for real, for real. If they and one more thing, this is for me only, right? Probably. If they are super hyperactive, I don't really like that. Kaya, how do I say this? They are to the point that they're annoying, but they're showing affection. It hurts my brain sometimes, so I don't like it. I mean, that's all. That's all.
I
I
mean,
would actually
honestly,
find it
even
super
from
active. It would hyperactive for me.
I
Uh,
mean, that's all. Yeah.
I okay. So while in the topic of don'ts, let's do a quick question. And what's one bad experience or turn off, I guess, that you had to go through before?
For me, holy, this one girl had a crush on me in sixth grade. Came back at eighth grade, met me on Instagram back again, started talking to me, still acting like she has a crush on me. Yet proceeded to do this. Because I have my own music taste, right? I listen to high types of songs like The Neighborhood, Arctic Monkeys, those type of music. But oh my god, she's so biased towards Playboy Cardi and like Low Uzi, like those types of music that uh brings up in every single conversation. So it's so annoying that they do that. Like no joke. It made it like such a turn off every time I talk to them. They proceed to say, have you listened to the new little Uzi song? Like it gets boring for me. Not not in a rude way, but like it just gets boring for me.
Yeah, they're trying too hard.
Yeah, for real.
If you have nothing to add, do you mind if I
Yeah,
cut in?
you go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, for me, there was this one guy. So basically, he said that this was like last year. He said that he liked me, and and at that time I thought of him as like a good friend. But then like because he said he liked me, he said he wanted to spend more time with me. So we like started calling and stuff. And then one of these topics we were talking about was like basically like we were going through like exercise and everyday routines, and then suddenly he brought up the topic of eating disorders. And I swear, he started talking about it like it was a freaking trend. Like he was like, why do all girls have eating disorders? And I'm just like, it's a serious thing that a lot of people go through, and you can't just call it a trend. It's actually like it's called a disorder for a reason. And the fact that they're like he doesn't take it seriously is just so frustrating. And I was just like, I'm done with him, and I just like, just stop talking to him. So yeah, what about you, Mario?
Um, Again, I don't know if it's just my memory acting up, but I'm pretty sure I don't think I've like really had a turn off, I guess. Actually, no, I kind of had one other than like the one I mentioned on the previous episode, like the girl having a crush on me and then suddenly slamming my table. Uh, yeah, that girl. Other than that, there was this one instance. It's kind of, I guess, I like this one girl, and then like she liked me back, right? And then like we were just like, but then we weren't dating. We were just like mutually, we just mutually liking. We are just like chatting and stuff. But then like she, like her friends are like the worst, the people I hate the most out of like the whole school. And then uh, like she's a whole different person with her friends, and then that like turned me like, oh, like I just immediately did not like her because like there was so much tea that happened. And yeah, there was so much tea. Like this one time we had a group project, and then another friend wouldn't listen to me or the rest of the guys. Like they were just like, oh god, you guys are so stupid.
What the
We're not
heck?
gonna listen to you. And then you know how it turned out. So like basically it's an art summative, right? We had to like decorate food. Basically we're basically decorating food, like we're making to make it look presentable, the food presentable. And we were planning to do mango sticky rice. Me and one of my friend and another guy, like a guy in our class, was like recommending some stuff, and it was actually pretty good recommendations. They were like, no, it won't look good, it won't, fuck you guys, you guys like, they basically just didn't listen to any of our recommendations, right? But then this is the formative. We're just testing around for formative, right? And then it's so bad, if especially if you compare to the rest of the class. And then on the summative, I said, "Fuck you guys, I'm doing the shit this time," and it did actually look good. For what? Like, bro, we could have had a good formative score. Like, what the hell?
Definition of biggest ego in the school, not even gonna
I
cap.
know. Yeah, and that turned me off like by a lot.
Holy, that
That's
just,
basic.
oh
Yeah.
my god. It's a definition of, oh my god, I am woman. I am smarter than men. I do everything perfectly. Men should
Okay.
just
Yeah.
not do anything.
I have to mention it too. Like from the previous question of don'ts, I guess that sounded a bit like, but like there's, how on TikTok there's like those types of quote unquote feminists.
Yeah, those are not
If I'm not
feminists.
wrong, yeah. So if I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not wrong, or maybe I just got misinformation. I think maybe I'm, feminists are basically searches for gender equality, right? Those are like actual feminists. But then there's some like TikTok, like woman and on the internet, they're like, basically they think it's gender equality when they're literally putting men in trash and then think woman is on top. Like, how is that equal? How is that
That's
equal?
just
I just don't.
sexism, man.
How is that equality?
That's the
Like what?
thing. Holy, that gets me so pissed. Like I've once wrote like an entire document about that to my friend. Like the definition of kaya stereotyping about like
Yeah.
the word feminism now is is being used so wrongly that it's so dumb at this point. Like the definition of feminism is basically like a woman that wants equality for men and women at the same time, not just
Yeah.
two women to just out everything a man that oh my god, I can't speak, uh outdo everything that a man can do. Everyone is equal to their own certain extent, right? And to that point, it's so dumb if you say this like, oh, kill all men, I'm just a feminist. Like that's so stupid.
Yeah, dude. That like pisses me off by so much. Like when I see it on TikTok, it's like so annoying because it like at one time it was just like everywhere. You just don't stop seeing it at
For
like
real,
one
for real.
time.
Every video
It's
there's the
gone now.
hashtag kill
Yeah.
all men, kill all men, kill all men. Like
Now it's not really that.
bro,
I don't really see much of it
prominent,
now, but
yeah.
it's like yeah,
Yeah, that's all.
yeah, yeah. Honestly, that was a bit more aggressive approach, but I agree.
Yeah, my
I
bad.
agree.
Okay then. So we'll move from all that stuff. Okay. That got off like that went through like a different whole topic. So we'll go ahead and like mention all of our dues. And for everyone listening, I swear, if you take anything from this episode, please take this part. The dues, like, just like listen to this part. If you don't, I don't know what to do with you. So, Mario, you can go ahead and start.
Personal dues, right? Honestly, in my opinion, just support the other like your partner, I guess. Like in what the shit they want to do or like they like. Honestly, like just support them. Like don't like there's some people that's like, oh my god, you need imagine gaming like, oh that's like what kids do. Like just let him do his thing, bro. Let him do his thing. Basically, just support your significant other and then the stuff they want to do or like for the future and stuff. That's definitely a big do in my list. So like yeah. So what about you, Francis?
Um, well, for me personally, when they know when and how to act, I've mentioned this in the episode before. Basically, like, for me personally, I like guys who can like act funny, but they know when to like act serious and they know how to like comfort you when you need it. So yeah, like they know how to like adjust their emotions and like how they act, but they do it genuinely. And the second thing is basically when they know how to balance, like when they know how to balance school with other things, like good time management, that's like a huge plus. And when they don't gaslight you and they basically don't guilt trip, this is basically in the don'ts as well, but like, and so basically, like, if it goes to like the oddly specific ones, that might be kind of weird. Basically, if your significant other like tends to wear like elastics, hairbands, etc., put one on your wrist and they will be so grateful for you. Like do that, like learn how to do that and show affection to them with that love language. And this is specifically for like people who have like long distance relationships or like LDR. Don't text them constantly throughout the day, like, and don't ask them what you do. For example, you know how people they just ask WYD, like that is the most horrible way to ask a person how they're doing. Instead, like if you are in a long distance relationship, wait until the end of the day where you can actually like call each other and like actually spend good time together and not just like annoyingly text a person over and over again. And this is like another thing. Like, put your full attention to them when they're talking to you. Like, it can be like their rants, their rambles, the randomest things that they want to talk to you about, but still, like, put your full attention today and put your effing phone away. Like, when you're talking to them, make them feel appreciated and like wanted there. And I obviously like if you do have other matters, then tell them about it first, and then go finish it up, and then come back to them, because yeah, and this is another one that like depending on like your significant other, find ways to give them butterflies. Basically, like you know what they like and like etc. and like what they like doing, and like maybe it can be like small things from like, for example, hugs from behind, or like if their love language is words of affirmation, then give them small notes. It's like a way to like let them continue to like remember you. And like when you do stuff together, obviously, like for example dates, pick a date that is like convenient for both of you, and make sure your first impression is good, because obviously first impressions aren't everything, but if you do have a good first impression, you'll be like on their mind if you do want them to like you, or if you plan on asking them out. So yeah, sorry that was kind of long, but that's mostly for me.
No, honestly, I like agree with every single thing you said
I
because like
actually agree as well,
yeah,
man. Yeah.
yeah. What about you, Brian?
For me, I get like overly jealous and a bit overprotective sometimes towards my friends and stuff I'm close with, right? So to the point where they don't mind me being like that. I genuinely like it. Like if they can handle me at when my mood swings are like on its peak, or like my mental's like definition of dead, like and they can take care of me and not get tired because of my mood, like that just is perfection, not even gonna lie. And if they can match your energy and fit in every situation, if it's a serious situation, they start talking to uh seriously to fit the mood, right? Like one of my friends, when I'm like pissed, they just still go rant about stuff like in a hyperactive ass tone. It's annoying. It gets annoying and gets on my nerves sometimes, but that's because of my mood. And to me, I like a person that's protective towards me, but not too overprotective. That's all.
Honestly, I agree with Brian. When they can like they can still like you and not get tired when you're at your lowest, I guess, and shit. If that's all for this question, then let's continue to the next one, which is we will continue from the topic from the last episode, which we said we're gonna do in the sequel. We'll be talking about our oddly specific red and green flags, which all of which can completely assure or destroy how much you like someone. So you wanna go first, Francis?
Yeah, sure. So basically, like most of these can like differ from like completely like oddly specific ones. Hence the question. So basically, when they tell me I'm weird in a bad way, or they're disgusted because of me, but I'm acting like as myself, like naturally, and they dislike that, then that's a huge red flag, because like what would happen if we like actually ended up in a relationship and you don't like me? That'll be like completely toxic. And for example, when I'm because like I like being spontaneous. Like I would call myself pretty responsible, but I do like to do like spontaneous things from time to time. And when I want to do that, but then they call me immature, or like, they treat me as if I'm someone who's like totally offside and completely mad, then that's just a huge no. And when they don't appreciate the small things, either it's the small things in like, okay, this might be like a little cringy and everything, but like even if like they don't appreciate the small things in life, or like they don't appreciate the small things I do for them, then it's just like no, just like a big no. And when they're embarrassed of you, especially in public, like they act differently when they're with you, or like when they're with their friends. And when they straight up tell me that they think other girls are better, or like for me specifically, when they think other people are better and they continue to like bash me out with all these comparisons and stuff. And okay, this might be like something small, and honestly, if like my future significant other had different like opinions and stuff like that, then I won't mind it. But if this might be a small thing, but if they think the books or movies that I like or I read or watch are, for example, too childish or disgusting, or they just think it's boring, then I'm just gonna like immediately kick you out of my life. So yeah. So green flags. This is another list. I'm so sorry, but I actually write these down. So basically, when they show the same enthusiasm as I do, like in basic day-to-day life or in like every like other thing, um, and this is okay. This might be like a little weird, but like not that they act differently when they're with me, but they do treat me differently in a good way, like from apart from like other people. Like for example, um other people might think it's weird, but like honestly, nicknames, when they're not cringy obviously, but like when they have inside jokes or like secret nicknames with you, then I feel like the small things are like really nice, and it's like huge green flag. And honestly, like if they if they like animals and then you see them playing, for example, with a puppy, it's like something that can melt a person's heart. Well, for me, honestly. And then also you're able to sit in comfortable silence with them, but also you're able to like talk about everything and anything honestly with them without it being awkward and etc.
For me, the random ass green flags that I get are constant reassurance, good morning, good night texts, and or like even any sort of day starting off the conversation without you actually having to talk before them. That just is feeling great. But if they like wait for you to talk to them and then they talk to you, now that just feels a bit off. It's like it's giving the impression that they don't want to talk to you, like you're forcing them to talk to you back. So that's also a problem. But the red flags that I don't really like are if they are what you call it, yeah, they don't really understand you, or like not really understand, what is it called, they don't like respect for what you like and what you do. Like for instance, if I enjoy playing a certain game but they don't like it, they should like realize, oh, it's their preference, it's fine. You don't have to like continue bashing it to the point that this person stops playing and enjoys the thing that he does to just for this one person. So that's just also annoying and manipulative, and also being too overprotective to the point where logging onto their accounts if maybe like that, and just uh doing taking decisions from them. That's a big no-no. It is such a bad deal. So that's all.
You guys like mentioned all of mine, but then like another one that I want to mention is when they're interested in the things you like you're just like, what? Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
finally somebody.
Yeah. And then you explaining to them with like so much enthusiasm and shit. Like that's
And
like
they
the
actually
best
pay
thing.
attention.
And then like it's just, oh, she actually likes it.
No way. Was it a lifetime opportunity?
Yeah, when she asked about the, like, for example, you're gaming, and then she asked, and then she wants to do to try play with you and stuff. Yeah, or like maybe a hobby, and or like your collectibles and stuff. Yeah, that's like, mm, definitely a deuce. Other than that, my
Super.
green and red
So
flags are like the same as your guys's.
yeah, Mario, understandable.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess that's basically it. So this is basically the last, but obviously not least segment of this episode, which is basically the Q&A perspective. So to explain it, this will be questioned and answered on the spot. So some of the questions are on Instagram, which are the ones I asked on our Instagram account, and some of them are from us where we'll ask on the spot. So example, I'll ask to Mario and or Brian, and they'll ask questions to myself. So yeah, so basically the questions will be, some of it will be from girls and the others will be from guys. And this can either be answered generally or personally, and or like even answers that incorporate both. So I'll start off with like the question for the guys. Okay, first one is, what do you do if you know your crush is way out of your league, and how do you deal with it? Who wants to like answer it first?
Me, because I have this feeling currently, yeah. So I know they're out of my league, yes, but I just want to have a try, like a chance maybe. But I know I'm not gonna get it because I'm very shy towards people that I want to talk to, except if they're close to me. Like if I'm talking to like Mario, any of my friends, I don't mind like opening up to them because I'm quite close with them. But if I'm meeting new people, I need them to start the conversation to me first, then I'll start to decide talking. But I feel like I'm mad at myself. Yeah, I gotta deal with it. So it's a mixed feeling basically. It's annoying. How about Mario?
uh, for me, honestly, it's like similar to Brian's, I guess. Like just for me, it's just the feeling like the fact that you have a chance. I'm a gambling addict, so the fact that you have a chance, like, what if it actually happens? What if they like you back?
You
That's
know, yeah,
basically
we
how I
gamble
deal
it, we
with it.
gamble it.
Yeah. that's how I deal with it. I'm like, there's still a chance that she could like me or something like that. That's what how I deal with thinking that someone is like way out of my league.
And like I
Yeah,
remember
Mario,
you
don't worry.
mentioning in the previous episode, basically how you always trust your gut.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that as well. I basically okay. This is kind of sidetrack, I guess, but basically like my brain just goes if I like someone, I'm like, huh, what if I was in an actual relationship with them, and then like if it doesn't work out in my brain, I'm like, okay, that's not gonna work out. I don't like them anymore. It's not that I don't like them anymore. It's not that I don't like them anymore, but
Lost
the
a bit of
fact that I know
interest.
it's just yeah, I've lost a little bit of my interest because like I know it's never gonna work because like my brain goes like on a fucking simulation or something like it goes on a
Oh,
simulation. Yeah, yeah, like there's gonna be a lot of problems or something, and like I lost interest a bit, and then like slowly I move on from it. That's what I usually do. And then
I
my
mean
gut goes, yeah, no.
that's kind of controversial because like you don't know their side, but I mean like it does
That's
make a
true.
lot
You,
of
you do
sense.
not know their side, but then like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move on to the second question. What are the qualifications you look for in a girl before choosing?
okay, I'll go. For me, honestly, it's like pretty general. The only qualifications like I'm basically looking for is if they actually is interested in me and not just messing around. And then like them like actually communicating when they actually communicate. So like you can because you don't communicate, then your relationship is just gonna fucking die. It's be gone. Yeah, that's other than that. Oh yeah, qualifications, right? Other than we basically mentioned like most of them previously in this like before in this podcast, like the red flags and green flags. Those are basically the qualifications that you look for. Oh yeah,
I
wait, but then
mean,
like the first I don't that, but then the first thing you notice on a girl, like I don't think it's just a girl, it's just everyone. Like the first thing you notice is physical appearance, and then once you actually get to know them, and then you start getting attracted to their personality.
I agree. Yeah, Mario. 100% agree. I mean,
Okay.
is that all for you, Mario?
Yeah, that's all for
So,
me.
alright, alright. But for me, the qualifications for me are if they're fun to hang out with at first, if you enjoy talking to them and every single point, like when you're in a bad mood, that person cheers you up, boom, it's automatically nice for you. If that person shows a feeling that you have never felt before, that you enjoy, that you would like from that person again, that's also pretty nice to have as well. The point is that you enjoy having time with them and not get annoyed at them in every certain way. And if they actually genuinely want you or just want something from you, like if you're for instance rich and they just play with you just to get your money, that's just a dick
That's
ass
wrong.
move, man. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I mean
if
that's
you
all.
yeah, okay. So we'll be moving on to the next question. Do you ever think that she's the one and it's been so long but you just never make a move? This is like relating to what you said earlier actually.
Yeah. Bro, you wanna go first or do I go first?
Sure, it's for me it's been like a year, but like I give up. So it's fine. I just gave up like a few days back actually. So it doesn't really matter anymore, man.
Uh,
Oh wow, that was brushed
that sounded a
aside.
bit sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, honestly, it's like the same thing as I said before, like me trusting my gut. Like I kind of know, like if she, like basically me knowing how it will work out if you were in an actual relationship. Like, I mean, okay, I'm gonna add something like to the one I said before. I mean, if it's like I only determine it if it's actually that big, if it's not obvious, Like for example, like Christians is how like Christians we date we prefer to be with someone that also like believes in Jesus, right? Yeah, that's basically what like how I know if like she's the one, but then like I don't yeah, I only confess if I really think there's a chance. Like if there's really like a chance that it's gonna work out, then that's when I confess usually. Yeah, it's basically the same answer as like the question before.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
pretty
why I
cool.
have never confessed, Mario.
Oh.
No chance, no chance. Trust.
But then at the same time, like just doubting yourself, you don't really know the other person's story. So like, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But if you kayak know how they speak to you, oh yeah, and you realize, oh yeah, no chance. Yeah, should just give up.
That kind of
yeah. So
that sounded really
that's
sad.
typical. Yeah.
Nah.
It went sideways.
Okay, moving on to that very sad segment, I guess. So basically, what do you find pretty in a girl, excluding their looks?
You seem like you
Nah,
wanted to
nah,
go first.
nah. You go, you go, you go. You go.
Uh, honestly, I'm pretty like it's basically everything again, everything we mentioned before in this podcast. Like if it's excluding looks, basically like the dudes, like the green flags that we said before, like them actually caring for you, them like being nice, them communicating with you, and oh, and things in common. That's like one of the best ones. That's like one of the things that get you attached like the easily probably because like you have things in common and then you're like both like like either fangirling or fanboying over it at the same time. Like oh my god, I love this so much. So do I. Yeah. That's basically it for me. What about you, Brian?
For me, same thing. Like things that we have in common. For instance, so that I actually downloaded Genshin for the same reason to play with that said person, but like at this point, I'm just addicted to Genshin, and that person already stopped playing. So like, well, I found a game to play now. I guess that's good. So I mean something that came good out of it, but like getting back on track. I mean yeah, just things in common, and if they actually make you feel special and care for you, that are just the things that I find attractive.
I mean, I guess you got another goal with like the whole Genshin and the girl.
Yeah.
Okay then. Moving on to the last question. So how do you feel when the girl like like gets close to you and states her feelings first?
Mario.
Okay. Honestly, that's like really, I would like that a lot because I'm an introvert, shy as a mother, antisocial motherfucker. So the chances of me confessing is very low. So if someone likes me, just confess, please. I'm lonely as fuck. Please. Yeah, basically, honestly, I don't find it that much different from like guys confessing or girls confessing first. So like, yeah. What about you, Brian?
That them confessing to you, such a luxury, man. Like that is just the best thing that can happen. Like no joke, if they confess to you, oh man, the feeling where your entire body just flops down to the ground, but in a good way. Like it feels so good, like it's the best way. No joke.
Yeah.
And for the girls, there's limited amount of questions, like
Yeah.
basically one. So
There's
Mario, you're
only one.
welcome to
Yeah.
ask.
Yep. So for the girls, what's your favorite Valentine's gift?
I'll, I'll start like in general for girls, and then I'll move on to me personally. Honestly, the basics is probably flowers and like it depends on the person you want to give your gift to. So like you have to like you know think about the person before giving it. So this is actually like a hard question to answer generally, but honestly, generally flowers. Okay. Um, and for me personally, for example, like you do like a little like an actually meaningful genuine card because like my love language is words of affirmation, then that would like completely melt my heart, honestly. And then like if you like decide to do like something with me, like spending like good quality time with each other that you planned out, the thought that you are actually thinking of like trying to make me happy during Valentine's, and that's honestly a gift itself. I'm sorry if you think it's cringy, but yeah, that's basically it. Okay, since that's basically the question, I keep on saying basically. I'm so sorry, but yeah. So there's like a few questions that I came up with for the guys. So for the first one, how much thought do you actually put in when asking a person out or confessing?
Mario, would you care to
Okay.
go first?
Sure. For me, honestly, it's on how they would react, and then what's the worst and best case scenarios. I'm an overthinker, so I will put like 5 hours into this, or days even, like at minimum 5 hours though. Yeah. So basically, I'll be thinking like, what will happen if I get rejected and stuff, and like best case scenario, they actually like me back, right? But then honestly, most of the thought that goes into it is my answer before for like the past 10 questions or so is if I think it will work out, my gut basically. Yeah, basically, other than that, like me, other than those, I'm like just debating. I'm like, do it, nah, don't do it, no, do it, just do no, like basically just war with my own self. That's for
Arguing
me.
with
And then like
yourself,
once,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, and then once you actually confess, you're like, oh, if you like confess over text, you're like, you DM it, right, and you're like, you throw your phone like, oh,
For real, for real, for real, Mario.
you,
Like,
you literally throw your phone. You go to the corner. You wait, and then the notification. You run there. You read it, and
no,
then throw
no,
it
no,
away.
no, Mario. This is what I do, Mario. I send a text, put my phone on do not disturb, play one game of Valorant, and
Then check
after
back.
that one game, check, and then see.
That's what I do. Yeah,
No
that's what I
respond.
do as well.
Okay, let's continue. Next game.
Literally, like
Oh,
you
must get my
literally
mind
touch
off
it.
this.
Yeah, you confess. You're like, ah. Shit, I really did that.
Holy.
Yeah, that's basically it when it comes to confessing.
Okay. Okay. Before I move on to the next question, do you guys want to ask the question and we can take turns, or
I mean,
I'm not sure. Not really. I don't really. Most of the questions is already asked on the podcast. So like for me,
yeah,
I
yeah,
think maybe I think so. Yeah.
yeah.
okay, then we'll move on to the next question I have. Basically, how much does a girl's height affect you?
Height.
I like tall girls.
Wait, height, right? Or
Yeah,
Yeah,
hi.
height.
oh, physical height. Okay. Yeah, I like tall girls.
Same,
I mean, no,
Mario.
honestly, I'm fine with any height. But then, like, if you're talking
If
about
they're
preference,
tall,
like your type gitu, tall girls.
not even joking, man. Tall girls, 164 centimeters minimum, 167
Bro, you're 160.
average. Shush, 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 Mario. Shush, 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 shush. We don't talk about that,
Okay,
Mario. But
okay.
if they're taller and takes care of you, boom, you win in life.
For real. For real.
No joke. The feeling where you win in life. Finally. Yes, it's my
And also,
turn.
like, it correlates to me before saying I like tomboys. Okay, is that all, Brian?
Yeah, that's all. That's all.
Actually, shit. I had a. Oh yeah, no, I do have a question. I do have a question for like. I'm maybe it's just girls or I don't know. Kind of. I guess just maybe guys as well. But I'm like asking to you. Basically like, what do you think about how people simp for like either fictional characters or like other like celebrities. What do you feel about that? Like when you're in a relationship with someone, but then they're simping over like a celebrity or something, or like a fictional character, like, or for the guys, for example, when you're in a relationship and then you're like your girlfriend is like, oh my god, fucking BTS or something,
Jealousy,
and
Mario.
then the
That's the
same with
answer.
guys with same with guys like simping over like woman, I guess, the other woman. What do you think about that?
Um, well, actually, it depends because honestly, like, who doesn't have fictional or celebrity crushes?
Yeah.
So, like, it depends on how far they go because I know a lot of people are like super um aggressive with expressing their celebrity
Yeah.
slash fictional
Yep.
crushes.
Yep.
Yep.
Um, I mean, like, I'm not even gonna lie. I do like a lot of fictional characters, but then like, and then like, I don't mind if, for example, if I have a future significant others and they like other fictional or celebrity crushes, as long as they still know what's okay, this might sound really harsh, but like they still know that for fictional characters specifically, I don't want this to come off as harsh, but they still know that they're fictional. And like not to like hurt anyone's feelings who like definitely like fan over a character or something, but then like you do have to know that reality is reality and fictional is fictional. And you have to differentiate that, especially if you are in a relationship. You have to remember to put your significant other first. As long as like you like fanning over someone or something doesn't get in the way of like your actual relationship with like your significant other, then I think it's totally fine. But that's for me personally.
I mean, for me, because I have experiences in the past, I get overly jealous. Like the one time that person starts talking about like a, another person like old crushes or like a celebrity crush. Fictional, I don't mind because I know they're fictional. That's all. But celebrities, and they could have a chance. Definition of jealous, gamut, starts playing games for 3 days straight, and then baru good mood.
uh,
That's the thing. Just jealous. That's all.
okay.
Oh,
Do you have more questions, Francis?
Yeah. So okay, so this is relating to like when your significant other has a like, for example, I'll give it an example as myself. I do tend to have like more guy friends. I don't know why. Um, so basically, like if your significant others, because like in your case is girls, and they have when they're closer to guys in general or have like a best guy friend, like truthfully, like as raw as possible. How do you feel about that?
Okay, I wanna go first because honestly, I'm like very fine. Like, bro, let me meet them. I wanna play with the asses. I wanna vibe with them. Like, I'm like actually like really fine if you like have a guy best friend. Like, honestly, I don't care if you have a guy. Let me meet the guy best friend. I wanna like I wanna get along with him as loyal. So like yeah, that's in my opinion. Honestly, if you don't trust them, if you like don't trust the guy friend, then like it's
that's
just
fair
you just
enough.
yeah, you basically just don't trust your significant other. Like, I mean, even if the guy friend is like likes your partner, like she's still yours. Do you not trust that she's gonna stay? If you like, if she's not gonna stay, then move on, go to find find another one, I guess. That's my opinion when it comes to that.
Understandable, Mario.
What about you,
I'm
Francis?
have my turn here. So, I mean, if they, I want to play games with them. Yeah, that's something we have in common. Yeah, because I would find that very fun. But if they're like sort of keep talking about them, even though in a relationship, like they keep talking about their guy best friend, and like so you just feel like you were the second option. So it just makes you feel bad for me, especially.
That is true. Like, for me, I would feel it will depend on how close, like I am with that guy best friend. So if I'm like actually if like we've met and then we've like vibed together or like we played together and we actually had fun, then I'll be like, oh my god, he really did that. Like, spill the tea, sis. Spill the tea. Like, I will also talk along. But then like, if you've never met him, like the guy best friend, then like definitely will feel jealous and
Understandable.
yeah.
Okay, if you guys have no other comments to that question, the last question I guess I have is basically how would you personally break up with someone?
Ah, controversial topic.
Uh,
My way is
Should I go
basically
first,
leading
Francis?
with a like telling them they're not like a specifically bad person, but you just don't feel comfortable with them anymore because if some stuff happened between both of you, so you just compliment them before leading them to the big reveal, the bad reveal. So you make them like not feel as bad before deciding to just telling them. It's better than just like, oh, we're done, bye bye, block me or anything. Like that just comes out as rude, and like the person might have overthink some stuff, might make them like insecure and stuff like that. So personally, would just reassure them that it wasn't like fully their fault.
Hmm.
But that's just me.
Uh,
Mario.
for me, honestly, It's kind of similar with Brian, I guess. Like, but then for me, it depends on the person, and it depends like why the relationship didn't work out. If it's just a normal like relationship that just didn't work out because you weren't like a match for each other, then yeah, what Brian said, like tell them it's not their fault. It's like we just don't work together, and then give them the reason why. Like, just why would you leave someone without giving them reason? Like, bro, give them the reason why you don't feel that way anymore.
Mm.
uh and but then if it's like, if you're breaking up because like maybe the significant other's like just a walking red flag, they're a manipulative cunt or something like that, or like overprotective, then I will be more harsh about it. Yeah, I will be a lot more harsh about it, and then I will just like never talk to them. But then if it's a normal like it all like, if you still wanna talk, if you still wanna talk with each other, then I'm fine with that. Like if you still wanna be friends and stuff. But then if it's the other case, then I'll no, shut up, go away. I don't want to talk to you ever again.
Make
Fuck
sure
off.
it, there if
Get
you
out of
had
my
like
life.
a good thing going on, but you just knew that it wasn't gonna work out, you probably will make it like you're gonna break up in a good terms. Like you still talk
Yeah.
now once in a while and still care for each other a bit. But if they're like a walking red flag and you were a bull, like oh my god, red, my favorite color or something, you you will just honestly like don't care about their feelings anymore. Just start going ham on why they're a bad person. Like that would what I would do
Yeah,
if I have
that's what
some
I was
built
gonna
up
tell.
anger.
Yeah. But then, from what Brian said, like if you have something, if you had something good with them, like it was actually like a nice, like pretty nice relationship. Like honestly, before you decide to break up, like talk things through. Like talk with them about
Yeah.
like if you maybe like still like them a bit, but then it's just that things haven't been working out. Talk to them before you actually break up. You might regret it. Like just
Yeah.
communicate first, and then if both of you come to a mutual agreement that it won't work out, then yeah, you can break up, I guess.
That's what I did with that's what I did. So yeah. I agree with Mario 110%.
I if you guys are done with that, that's basically all the questions that I have for like the guys.
Francis, what do you think of a guy if they just spend more time with their friends, like male friends, yeah, not female friends? Like they always talk about their male friends most of the time if you're having a conversation with them.
Um, for me personally, if you spend time with them, then that's totally fine. But then if you constantly, this is like bringing them up, like while you're talking to each other. Like for example, during your day you played with them, or like you hung out with them and you want to talk about it, then it's fine. But if during that conversation where you're supposed to be talking together as like people, for example, as people in a relationship, then you should also remember that you are doing this with your significant other. Basically, if you do want to talk to your significant other about your group friends, make sure you do it in a good and healthy amount so the person doesn't feel like they're left out or like they don't like they feel unimportant. So you have to like make sure to balance that out, especially if you're in a relationship.
Okay,
I guess that's all for me. Yeah.
understandable, understandable. All right, all right.
Okay, so if that's is that all you guys wanna is that all of the questions?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're finally in the part where we finish off the podcast, the episode with 3 a.m. questions.
Okay, so moving on to the first question. Basically, what makes you fall in love with a song?
Mario, you should go first
Uh,
because you actually have very, very good music taste.
okay. It says you guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, basically, for me, honestly, it's like it depends on a lot of factors, on where and when, at the like what are you feeling while you heard this song, basically. So it's like what vibe it kind of gives, and if it's that impactful, like what kind of scenery you have in your brain as you listen to it, I guess. Like you just imagine some scenery or something. For me, I imagine like some scenery while listening to the song, I guess. uh but then, or one of the reasons I fall in love, like get fucking absolutely obsessed with some songs, is like from where I hear it. Like for example, a movie, the three Spider-Man scene on No Way Home,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
When
yeah,
they were
yeah.
singing. It's basically like people edit that song into
Scene.
that scene, and it just makes an impact. And that's like one of my favorite songs now. That I just have it like in my playlist. I made a whole playlist because of it. Yeah, that's like one of the reasons I fall in love, like get obsessed with a song. The where and when I heard it. Yeah. So what about you, Brian?
For me, the type of music because my mood has been like cannot like go up and become actually good. I've been listening to more like soft types of music like softcore by The Neighborhood, Not a Lot by TV Girls, Striptease by Car Wash, those types of songs that are just like not really high beats, just what you call it, yeah, uh low types of melodies that you listen to. So it just fits with the mood that you have right now. So yeah, currently like that. And the lyrics as well, if it's relatable
Oh
or not.
yeah, the lyrics. Yeah. Okay. So what about you, Francis?
Well, for me, honestly, like the most specific one is when the song incorporates like either like a violin or cello or even like a section with like an orchestra, and like it happens on a beat drop. Like holy, like for example, like Hood Rose or like Whirlwind. It's yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, the cinematic vibes.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
One of
understandable.
the
Yeah.
one of my favorite ones has to be Gun for Hire from Arcane or an enemy, but then like it's a different version of enemy basically. It's like
Guns for
the
Hire, man,
intro. Yeah, Gun for Hire, right? That scene.
is
Uh,
super
yeah.
daddy chill, man.
That basically and like it said the intro for Arcane enemy, the normal enemy song, and the enemy for Arcane intro is different. It's basically more orchestral for the intro, and it's like honestly better than the original. I don't know why they're not putting it up on Spotify. I want it. I need it. Orchestral songs and like with the cinematic vibes are just yeah. Okay, so if is that all that we have to
Yeah.
say about songs? Okay. So the next question, have you ever had that holy shit, this world is fucking beautiful moment where you just sit down somewhere and then you chill and you enjoy the view or like moment or maybe with someone else, and if you do, where and when was it?
Brad, do you want to answer it
No,
first
no, no. You
or?
you go first. You go first. That's
Okay.
fine.
Well, for me, I have two places actually. The first one is when I went to Toraja. So basically, my family woke up at 3 a.m. in the morning, and we drove all the way. It was like up this like mountains. In Indonesian, it's called Negeri di atas awan. Basically, in English, it's like a place above the clouds. And literally, when you get to the top, and like it's at around like 4 5 a.m., you can't see anything except clouds, like literally surrounding you. So basically it's at the peak, right? Surrounding you is basically clouds, and it was so pretty, especially with like the sunrise and everything. You can see like the streaks of colors, and that was just like a huge damn moment. And like especially since it was cold, and like it just felt like really like nice and relaxing. You can enjoy the air and everything. And the second place is actually in Cambodia. It's called Mondulkiri, where I usually go for like Christmas with my family. So basically, usually when we go there, it's like a villa. Yeah, I mentioned it in our last episode. So basically, um, in front of us was like a lake, and at night, so basically at night we can like make like a little fire and stuff. So basically at night there are so many stars, and it's like so freaking pretty to like look at it. And in the morning, the sun literally rises in front of you, and like it you can see the reflection on the lake, and it's super pretty.
That's nice. That sounds
That is,
nice.
yeah. That just feels nice, man.
What about you, Brian?
I like the feeling of rain. Like every time there's rain in my area, I just wanna like go outside, sit in the rain, contemplate about life, and while listening to music. That's what I want to feel, but like I can't. But I just want to feel that way. Like the mood that I get with rain, especially in late nights, ooh, is the perfect feeling for me. Especially if you're like if you and your significant other starts dancing in the rain. Ooh, now
Literally main character vibes, literally.
for real,
For
man.
real. Okay, for me, this is like probably one of the best ones I've experienced. So like on grade, I don't know if you guys have it in this SDH, but then in the previous SDH was that I was not we had like for seven every year 7th and 10th graders, except for this year, this past couple years, rip the 7th and 10th graders, I guess, for this past couple years because of COVID. We have a retreat, right, for the 7th and 10th year like grade, I guess. uh when I was in 7th grade, like I went to the retreat. We went to Tomohon. It's in Manado here in Indonesia. Like basically, like we went to a mountain, right? It was like at first I was just like, oh, it's a nice view, it's normal nature and stuff. But then the thing is, at nighttime it's so cold. Nighttime and morning. Actually, no, nighttime is like cold but normal cold. It's like you can still get hot if there's like some circumstances in a room. But then morning time, like for 3 days, we stayed in for 3 days, right? I only showered once, and the rest I just wiped myself because it was too cold. It's too damn fucking cold, dude. So I just wipe myself instead of actually showering, like wipe with wet tissue. uh, basic, yeah, it's like it's really cold, dude. I can't handle the water. Okay, some other people did it too, I'm pretty sure.
What?
Then yes, yeah, it's like unbearable cold, Brian.
Like, is it like ice cold or not?
It is. It's like it's
Holy.
colder than when I went to Japan. It's probably as cold as that, but a little bit colder. But then in
Oh,
Japan,
no.
the thing is, in Japan, I like wore actual outfits for the cold. And here we just brought hoodies. That's what we brought.
No. Because last time I went on a red was in 5th grade. The place was fine, but I remember breaking a door. No joke. Some students went to a room that had me and my roommates. They walked in the bathroom, kicked the door, the handle broke. So we basically wanted to pee, but no, the door flopped to the ground. No joke. I wanted to just take a piss. No. Broke. Like went off the wall type of broke. No watch, no time. All we saw was a blank wall with a TV that doesn't have a remote, 2 beds, 1 mattress, and a broken door to the toilet. You know how
Wow.
that feels to pee? You know how it feels to pee, man?
You gotta be extra
You
cautious,
can't
bro.
piss in peace, bro.
I just won't pee. I just won't pee in the toilet. I'll find another toilet even though it's far away.
For real.
Anyways, okay, I'm gonna go back to the question. Basically, like, yeah, so the fact that it was so cold, right? So the second morning, I think I have my bestie. I have my bestie, my best friend, I guess I would say. Brian, it's Brian knows him. It's Rafa, basically.
Oh, Rafa. Okay.
So yeah. So basically, at the like each morning, you have 1 hour to yourself. You can do anything you want, right? And then after that, it's showering. So basically, before that, we just went out like the rooms here, right? This is the boys' room, like the for the boys bed, and then the girls are like further away over here, and like further away. And then if you go down from there, like this is the boys' room, this is the girls, and then here's like a canteen. There's a canteen like over here. Me and Rafa, we basically just went down. It was so cold, but then like the sky was fucking beautiful. We just went to the canteen, we made tea, and then we got like what's the name? Is it Malkis? Is that the name?
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
Malkis, yeah.
Yeah, so basically we got Malkis, and we were just like sitting on a table on the edge of the canteen, and then like we were just like eating Malkis like and drinking tea, right? And it was so nice because it was so cold, and then you have hot tea, you have Malkis, and then the sky was like so beautiful. It was pink and blue, and then like the sun is rising, and then there's just like trees and leaves and everywhere like on the mountain, and so cold. It's like it's kind of foggy as well. I was like, wow, this is nice. I've never had this before. Yeah, that's like one of the best, like, holy shit, the world is beautiful moment I had.
I don't really have a question for you guys, but wait, let me try to think of something. Have you guys ever had that feeling where like when you went out with your friends once, and like it felt like such a special experience, like that one specific time that just uh blows out every time that you go out. Like for me it was like anime toku with Mario. It was just a nice experience, once in a lifetime situation for us. So it just felt really nice. How about for you, Mario?
Yeah, mine is same. Mine is anime toko. That's like anime toko is honestly so fun. It was so fun. Everything was so nice. Like we were just
Real.
vibing, dude. And then like the
No joke.
costumes was, yeah, it was so
Don't forget
fun.
about my sasnas, Mario.
Bri, oh my god. Okay. I
Your
was like,
sword handles kinda.
you're kind of sus in that time, right? Okay.
Nah.
It was like other than that, honestly, like if I mean, is it? It's not really a hangout, but then like it's the one that like felt like that much special. Like, it's the one I said before, like the retreat thing with Rafa. That was like so nice. So like yeah. Other than that, it's anime toko. Oh, and Spider-Man No Way Home because Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
Because it's Spider-Man No Way Home.
I even
It
watched
was
it with
like
Chris and Nathan.
I no for me I watched it like me, Francis, and some other friends. Like we went out to watch it, and
All
like
right, yeah, you've
we
told
were
me. Yeah,
screaming our asses off.
that was just a fun experience.
Francis, your shoe broke.
Yeah. Wait, so literally, so it was the day where we were doing like Secret Santa and stuff. So basically, we finished like earlier than usual, and then like
Yeah.
I wanted to watch No Way Home. So like, but then like I was initially gonna watch it with my sister, but then she it turns out that she didn't finish school as early as I did. So I was just like, I literally just said, "Does anyone want to watch No Way Home?" And then suddenly Mario was just like, "Yeah, we're gonna like cosplay and
You know,
stuff."
I never chatted in
Yes,
a group.
sir,
I've
Mario.
never chatted. I've never chatted in that group until that point.
Oh, when somebody mentions a Marvel movie, Mario. Oh,
Oh,
action is
must.
mine.
And then
That's
yeah,
like
so
one of the first times I chatted.
yeah, you were literally just like nothing, and then bam. Basically, when we were at the movie, the theater was just like on point. The vibe was on point. They were like screaming at all the right moments, and
Yeah.
basically, like I was sitting down, and I got to the moment where I was just like crouching on the floor and just like like on the tip
Same.
of my toes, basically.
Yeah.
And I was wearing boots because of like the cosplay, and because I was creasing it like, and I was like jumping and stuff. I broke the sole basically. So that's so we went.
Yeah.
So after that, we went to dinner. Right after that, I was basically walking around with a broken shoe. So that was
Yeah.
awesome.
Holy
you
man.
know what everyone did when like when the portal opened up, literally everyone went quiet. Like
Screaming.
pointing. No, you know what I was like? I was like for instance, you were sitting like over there for me, right? Like for example, and then I was like, wait, no, is that who I think it is? Wait, well, everyone else probably like it thinks, it's Peter, Tom
It's
Holland.
Peter, yeah.
And then me when he turned around and I saw the eyes, like it's so far away, but then I saw it so clearly. I was like, wait, no fucking way, no way. And then he jumped out. Everyone went crazy. Literal. I saw Francis was like, I saw her stomping.
No, I wish I could have
I
had
just-
the same experience.
For me, I was trying to keep myself together, so I was just like, holy sh.
Yeah, literally. Okay, basically, Mario was opposite me. I was legit like my legs were like they had no control, and Mario was legit just like he was like literally sitting like on his like chair, and it was literally hilarious.
I was like, yo, Francis, chill.
You're not chilling, Mario.
Yeah, the most ironic part, he was telling me to chill, but he was the furthest
but-
thing from chill.
I know, but like, dude, okay, it was Andrew Garfield showing up.
I
okay?
know the three of them
Fucking
in
cool.
one
Oh my God.
shot. Oh my god.
It's still
Um,
surreal that they got together. Oh, but then
Yeah.
I went to I went with my family to watch it again, right? I just went with the worst theater ever. There was no reactions at all. Like just none, dude.
Good thing you
Mario.
chose.
Like,
Good thing you. Good
yeah,
thing I said.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh,
But like, if like moving on to like, we're gonna go back to the question. Basically, I have like a couple. One being like the No Way Home. Basically, after we were done, we finished dinner pretty early, because like we finished dinner at around 6 and my curfew wasn't until later. So but then the rest of our friends already like went home. So basically me and Mario, we were just like, oh, this is also to answer the question, or like some people are asking me what the Starbucks is. Basically, me and Mario, after we were done, our curfew wasn't until later, and like no one was gonna pick us up. So we were just like, do you wanna like do something? And then we were contemplating because technically we're both like socially awkward and introverts. And I swear, I don't mean to be rude, but I was like, either I go home right now and like I call like my parents or something like that, or we can like try to make it work, I guess. So basically, we went into Starbucks, and at first it was going pretty well because we were talking about the movie. We had like a topic to talk about, and then that was done.
Yeah.
And so basically, we started. So I was just like, oh, we better have like a topic. So I was just like, oh, why don't we talk about topics that we might bring out in the podcast? And at first, it was like it was like super business like, I guess. But then like eventually we started like getting into it. And Mario has like these freaking hilarious stories about like when he was moving and stuff. We were screaming in Starbucks, and then I think I've mentioned it before. We were like screaming our heads off at Starbucks and like until like 8:30ish, and like the guy behind Mario was like staring at us and questioning where our parents was probably and why we were at a Starbucks screaming our heads off. But then like besides that, it was fun. And then like the last one, sorry if I'm taking like a bit too much time, but basically the last one was where my friends from Jakarta, like they came here basically from morning until night. We spent like the time, we played at the mall, we went on like a couple of roller coaster rides, and like we played at like Time Zone, Amazon, like that stuff. And then we went to like this badminton court and we played badminton, and then we went back to the mall and had dinner, and like we played like a bunch of stuff, and it was super fun. So I guess like that's one of the other times that like I felt really good with like hanging out with other people.
All right, all right. Is that all?
Yep, that's all.
All right.
Okay. So I guess if that's all for the podcast, then thank you everyone for listening again. If you even went this far to listen on the podcast, thank you a lot. Uh, we have that one friend that actually listens to the podcast a lot. Thank
That
you.
one friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it. And then if you wanna, get more of this, then subscribe or follow our Spotify. Give us clout.
Give us clout.
You guys got anything to say?
Yeah, probably before we end it, I do just want to like for the all people listening that might be like a bit confused with like how all over the place this episode was. Basically, like I mentioned before, this is more about like basically like storytelling, like basically us just like talking and like bringing up whatever comes inside our head with like the whole relationship, crush situation, and even like friendships and etc. So yeah, that's basically all for me. Thank you for you guys who actually listen to them.
All right. Again, thank you for listening and goodbye.
Go,
Bye.
goodbye. Thank you for listening.